What's up, Tune 45 family? It's your boy Christian. I just want to say what's up to my aspiring barbers, my current barbers, my student barbers. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing a man bun with a high taper. We're going to be using our Andis Masters, our Andis Slimline Pros. And when I refer to notches on the side of the machine, this is what I'm talking about right here, guys, these notches. So when I say notch by notch, that's what I'm referring to. Just wanted to give you guys a visual on that. So like I said, we're doing a man bun with a ball taper on the sides, and we're going to start out by using our number 2 double magnet, not single, double magnet magnetic number 2 guard. I just said magnet twice, didn't I? Either way, guys, stick with me. Double magnet guard with our Andis Masters, and we're going to start disconnecting the hair from the top of the bun here. Now, I did not section this off. I repeat, I did not section that off. That section is looking a little crazy. My man's gonna knock the man bun off anyways, but I just wanted to bring you guys content. So just focus on the haircut disconnected from the bottom, the number 2 down. That's what we're focused on. That's what I worked on. That's what I touched. Again, I would have cleaned it up, but because he's knocking it down, I just wanted to bring you guys this content. So we're gonna disconnect all the hair from the bottom here, from the top, with our number 2 guard. Here we're starting out with our Andis Slimline Pros, and we're going to start our initial guideline for the taper. As you can see, I leave the front a little bit darker. I like to leave that C-cup area dark. It's what I like. It's how I like my haircut. I wouldn't suggest you do this unless you consult your client and see if they like it that way. Some people hate that C-cup. Chris Bosio, for example, my business partner, hates to have that C-cup on himself. So I would consult your client, and part of the client consultation, make sure that they want that. I'm doing the same thing in the back, same concept, right? So I'm leaving the outer edges darker so that the edge will pop more. It kind of gives it that ghost edge, just looks fresh. I just like the way that looks. So I'm doing the same thing on this side, shaving all those baby hairs off and creating my initial guideline for the taper. So here we're using our Andis Masters with the lever all the way open. We're going to start our second guideline, and then we're going to work it closed, notch by notch, those notches that I showed you guys in the beginning of the video, until it's all the way closed. And as I close those notches, you notice that I'm using the corners of my blade. I'm not using the full face of the blade because I don't want to raise the fade or the taper, and I don't want to take away from that dark area I left in the front. Here we're using the double magnet number 1 guard with the lever all the way open. That'll blend right into that number 2 that we already did in the very beginning. And then we're going to work it all the way closed till it's a number 1. And as we close it, we use the corners. Here I'm using the 0 guard, same concept. That'll blend right into that number 1, work it all the way closed. So here we're starting the taper in the back. We're going to start with the lever all the way open, same way. And that hair on the sides that I left darker, make sure you take it down with the lever all the way open as well. Don't leave it dark. The idea here and the concept here is to get the edge to pop, but not so much leave that hair long. It's going to look crazy if you leave it long like that. So here we're going to start closing the lever notch by notch. And as we close it, each notch we close, we raise the machine less and less to not raise the fade, and we use the corners. You can see there I'm just barely using 3 teeth of the blade there. Here again, I'm using the double magnet number 1 guard with the lever open. That'll blend right into that number 2. And then I'm cutting. You can see towards the outer edges, this hair kind of grows inward towards the center. So I have to turn the machine, and you want to make sure you're always cutting against the growth pattern of the hair. Otherwise, you're really just not doing anything. So here I'm using the 0 guard again, lever all the way open. That'll blend into that number 1 that we just did. And with these lower guards, you can see I'm using the corners right off the bat. I don't want to take any chances. I don't want to raise this fade. I want to get my man in the game. I want to get him EA Sports. So make sure you use the corners of the blade as you get on those lower guards, or as you close the notches on the machine or the clipper. You can see here I'm cutting sideways to cut in the growth pattern or the direction that the hair is cutting. So what you do to one side, you must do to the other, unless he wants some kind of crazy haircut. So here we're doing the same process that we did on the other side. We're going to do it on this side. Start out with the lever open. That'll blend right into that number 2, and then work it all the way closed. And you can see right here as I get towards the end here, as it's closed, the blend looks decent. To me, it's not perfect, but it looks decent. You see when I put the zero guard on here, the details that will make the difference. That's the difference between having a high quality haircut and just an okay haircut. So here I'm using the number 2 guard, and I'm just getting all these baby hairs cut down, give myself a clean canvas to work with. And now I'm using a little bit of spritzer setting spray to get all those baby hairs to brush down. What I do is I spray it on, and then I have an air compressor in my barbershop. If you don't, you can use a blow dryer, and I'm just brushing all those little baby hairs down and making sure I give myself a clean canvas to work with so I can give them that nice extra crispy edge. So this is what I was referring to when I said I like to leave the C cup dark. You see how that shape up is real nice. It pops, it stands out. It's a unique look. It's the way I rock my haircut. See, I'm using the corners of the trimmer almost like a pencil. And I'm making sure I don't push his edge back. Just taking my time. I look at the mirror, make sure it looks good, make sure he's on point. And you'll see here what I was referring to in the back of the taper as far as leaving that little ghost edge in the back as well. You make sure you give yourself some space too. Don't rip your customer's ear off their head, obviously. But if you got to move their ear around, don't be afraid. I mean, you see my man's just chilling here. It's not hurting him. It's not affecting him. But I got to be able to see where I'm working. I got to be able to see where I'm lining him up. So I just push his ear out of the way. Don't be afraid to do that, you know what I mean? Man, if there's any NFL fans out there, my Bucks took a huge L this week. There's always next week. Anyways, you can see I'm doing the same thing on this side. I'm making sure I don't push his edge back. You see how that pops real nice. It looks real dark, real sharp. I love leaving that C cup dark. So when you're doing the edge in the front, I like to stand directly in front of my client. Obviously, I can't do that in this situation because I'd be blocking your view, right? So I start out edging one side, and then you'll see me come around to the other side, and I'll start edging the other side and meet it in the center. You want to make sure you don't push their hairline back. Keep it as natural as possible. But if you got to go up a little bit, you got to go up a little bit. You don't want to cut bangs, guys. You want to cut hair follicle. You actually want to cut follicle so you get that nice crispy edge. So here I'm just cross-checking in front of the mirror. Here I'm standing directly in front of my client. What happens when you don't stand directly in front of your client is the edge will tend to lean, because as you lean, it leans. So make sure you stand directly in front of your client. Here again, you can see this nice edge in the back. That's why I leave it darker towards the outside. I just love the way that pops. And again, I'm moving his ear out of the way. He's okay. He didn't lose his ear. It's still there. Make sure you give yourself space to work with so you can see what you're doing. Here I'm using 245 shave gel. You guys know all about that. If you want to get your own or you want more information, you can go to tune45.com. I'm using the Tune 45 triple cartridge razor here as well. You see I'm not pushing, I'm not forcing, I'm letting the blade glide, I'm letting the blade do the work. You don't want to push, you don't want to press too hard when it's not necessary. You can create razor burn. Even though the Tune 45 shave gel has aloe vera in it and vitamin E, helps prevent any razor burn, there's just no need for you to push and put that extra pressure when it's just not necessary. And as you're doing this, you want to make sure you wipe off that extra residue so the customer doesn't get home and take a shower and all of a sudden the edge isn't as crispy. You see I have a little barber comb there and I wipe away that excess residue to make sure, and I go back over to make sure I get that nice crispy line with and without gel. Shave gel, that is. So as always, this is pretty much the end of the haircut. I'm about to do a little spin around here so you can see the completed product. As always, I appreciate you taking some time out of your day to spend some time with me in these haircut tutorials. And make sure you stick to the end for my outro. As always, I appreciate your time. See y'all next week. Alright guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed that video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. If you haven't been to my channel before, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you smash that like button. Get active in the comments so that I can communicate with you guys and let me know what you guys want to see next. So all good things must come to an end, but it doesn't matter! You know why it doesn't matter? Because there's another video coming up right now. Just click on that video, stay on the channel. And as usual, I appreciate your time.